where the eardrum is, there is an opening here and here. And if you probe it, it would lead to the back of the eardrum. This is what we call our eustachian tubes. And it allows for us to equalize air pressure. Like if you go up in the mountain, right, or on an airplane and your ears hurt, it's because there's differences in pressure inside and outside your body. So if you open your mouth and you yawn and you bring that out, then the eardrum pops, right? And so that they have it too, because when they're swimming, they get pressure differences too. So these, they're the auditory canals, or sometimes eustachian tubes. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to handle it with monkey fingers, but is it in your list? Yeah, auditory canals, right? Okay, then all the way in the back of the throat, we had that little flap that covers our airway. Remember that, the epiglottis? They have a ring of muscle that clamps down so that when they're swallowing food, there's this bump in the back of the throat. This is their ring of muscle, and it is their glottis. It's a muscular, it'll close off their airway so that if they're going to swallow food, it can go down into their stomach. Do you see that? So they have two openings. One is into what would be the lungs, and that's surrounded by this ring of muscle. It looks just like that right behind the tongue. And you could put a probe in there, right? That's the glottis. Can you guys see where that is? That's where this is. That's the glottis. There's a ring of muscle that closes off the airway. And then the last thing on your list for in the mouth is what? I'm sorry. Is that it? Oh, well, esophagus. Esophagus would lead to the stomach. That's just if you just probe right up against the back of the throat. Don't worry about that. Okay, so now internal anatomy. If you have frogs that do not have eggs, it's going to be pretty easy to find, right? Can you show them yours? Yours has eggs. Yes, it does. Okay. So, just like everybody else, when you're pregnant, right, all these eggs are going to kind of push everything else out of the way and be embedded in this. All this pepper-looking stuff is eggs, right? They don't have a placenta, so the eggs can develop only so far, and then they have to lay them to be fertilized, right? So these are the eggs, all this black and white peppery-looking stuff. And I am going to suggest that at least with these, this is the one thing I would say, go ahead and remove them, because they're going to get in the way. I know, this is really bad, huh? You're thinking, geez, you like touch your kids with this? I know. I'm sorry, but hey, I clean chicken too, and you know, cook food. It's all the same. Well, maybe not exactly the same. I'm sorry. Okay, so you can cut them out if that would make it, you know, helpful. Sometimes when you take out the eggs, you're going to also take out the spleen if you're not careful. But there it is. Okay, we're good. So anyway, there's the eggs. And what you see is they're kept in this kind of roughly looking shape. That's their ovaries. There's millions of them in each ovary, so that's what these are, is the ovary filled with eggs, all right? So now we've kind of cleared that all out. So this frog now looks the same as this frog. All right, so the first thing you notice when you open up the frog, the biggest thing you're going to see is liver. This is all liver. This gray-green